Here's a video to help you to answer the Christianity paper in the Aqa Gcse, Religious Studies. And in the Christianity paper, as in other religions, you will be asked a 6-mark question, among other questions. And the 6-mark question is just like the 4-mark question, where you have to give 2 ways in which something influences these religious people, Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, whatever. But for the 6-mark question, you have to refer to a scripture reference. And you have to say what the scripture reference says, not word for word, but paraphrase it in your own words, in other words. And you have to say that it comes from the Bible. So in the Bible, it says that. Or in the Quran, it says that. In this case, we're looking at a Christianity question. And you could also refer to another source of sacred writing, like the Creed, the Nicene Creed. Now let's look at a question like this. What do Christians believe about the crucifixion of Jesus? And you have to explain 2 beliefs about the crucifixion of Jesus. Now you will have studied this, but you could say something like this. The crucifixion, Christians believe, was part of God's plan to save human beings or to rescue human beings. You could say that Christians believe that the crucifixion of Jesus was a fulfillment of Scripture. It was like a coming true of something that Scripture had predicted. You could say Christians believe that Jesus' death on the cross was a very painful death, and that he didn't deserve it. He was sinless and pure, and yet he had to suffer. You could say something like, the crucifixion teaches Christians that suffering is sometimes part of life, and that we too may suffer, and that God will be with us in our suffering. Any of those kinds of things you could refer to. And you have to talk about 2 things that Christians believe about the crucifixion. But then, for your final 2 marks, you have to talk about or refer to Scripture. For example, in the Bible, it says, it happens to be in the Gospel of Luke, Jesus is hanging on the cross and he says, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they're doing," or "they know not what they do." That's an easy one to refer to, and then you'll get your extra 2 marks. But you must say, in the Bible it says, or in the New Testament it says, or if you can remember, in the Gospel of Luke it says, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Or you could refer to another scripture where the soldier, the Roman soldier in Mark's Gospel, says, when Jesus dies, he says, "Truly, this man was the Son of God." That's a short quote. It's easy to remember, and you can refer to it, and you'll get your extra 2 marks for the 6-mark question.